Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me well. Okay, so welcome to the first webinar of the HEDGE-IoT Open Call 1. My name is Christina Sianidou, and I'll be the moderator of this webinar today. We are delighted to have many of you joining us online and being interested in our open call. Before we begin, let me share some quick practical notes for today's webinar. On the top of your screen, you can see a Q&A part next to the chat where you can post all of your questions during the whole webinar, during our presentation, and in any time you wish. And we can take them and we will start going through them in the live Q&A session later in the webinar. So let me share my screen with the agenda so I can show you what we're going to go through today. Hopefully you can see my screen. We start with a welcome, and then we will start with the presentations. We start with our presentations give me a second. We start the presentations with Nikos Bilidis from European Dynamics, who is actually the coordinator of the whole project, and he's going to tell us a few words about the HEDGE-IoT project and its scopes and its objectives. Then in the next session, we will present Open Call 1 in general, so all the key challenges that applicants should address, the funding details, the eligibility criteria, and important dates that you need to know. And then in the same presentation, Nikos Dimitropoulos from ICCS will take over, and he will talk about the business use cases that we have defined for this Open Call 1 and their scopes. And after that, Vukasin Orsic from F6S will guide you through the submission platform from F6S and share some practical tips for the applications. And then finally, we'll open the floor for a live Q&A session that we can read all of your questions and hopefully answer them all. And then we will be able to wrap up the webinar. So once again, thank you very much for joining today. I will now pass the floor to Nikos, who will present the HEDGE-IoT project and set the stage for today's discussion. Nikos, let me stop sharing my screen, and then you can do your own sharing. Give me a moment. All right, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Christina. So, hello, good afternoon from my side as well. My name is Nikos Bilidis. I'm a Senior R&D Project Manager in European Dynamics, and I'm coordinating the HEDGE-IoT project. For today's meeting, I'm going to give a brief presentation of the HEDGE-IoT project, a general overview, to provide some details, to set the scope, and then, as Christina said, we will move on with more specific information about the open calls. I hope that you can see my screen.
Yes, Nikos.
Okay. So, HEDGE-IoT, it's the project, the title of the project means holistic approach towards empowerment of the digitalization of the energy ecosystem through adoption of IoT.
I think we're having technical issues.
Yeah. Nikos, can you hear us? Oh, Nikos? Okay, I think that Nikos is having some connectivity issues. So, Nikos Dimitropoulos, if you agree, we can
Yeah, we can move on. These things happen.
Yeah, exactly. We can go on with our presentation, and then Nikos can come back with his.
In any case, was a general presentation of our project. I think it was an introductory one, so you will be able to see it later. But yeah, let's move forward. Christina and I with the actual open call.
Yeah, give me a second to go to the beginning. All right. All right. Hopefully you can see the screen.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to talk about the Open Call 1, which is the first Open Call of HEDGE-IoT Project, which is already running. So the contents of this presentation are going to be the key challenges that all applicants are expected to address, all the funding information that you should know, who is eligible, so who can apply, important dates that you need to know, and then Nikos will take the floor for the Open Call 1 business use cases. Key challenges. We have three main key challenges that all the applicants should address. Applicants should develop data-driven services running at the edge and or cloud, exploiting the computational orchestration tools of the project and leveraging IoT assets. All proposals should address one or more of these three challenges, which are optimizing energy demand and response, enhancing grid flexibility and real-time predictive management, and securing IoT-driven energy data and transactions. Going to the Open Call funding. In this project, up to 12 projects will be funded. Selected applicants can receive up to 60,000 euros covering their eligible costs. And the applicable funding rate for every project will be 70% of the eligible costs. For your reference, eligible costs can include personnel costs, travel and subsistence, consumables and equipment, which should be maximum 20% of your total budget, and subcontracting again up to 20%, but should be fully justified for the action. So now the most important question: who can apply? So for this open call, we decided to have only SMEs and startups. So the call invites SMEs and startups to develop innovative IoT-based services and applications that strengthen HEDGE-IoT's technology stack, enabling smarter energy management and more resilient grid solutions. And most importantly, where can I apply? You can scan this QR code or visit the link below, so that leads you directly to the F6S platform and the application form. And then regarding the submissions, a few practical information, but very important for all of you. So applications can only be made via the F6S platform in the link that I shared before. Multiple submissions are allowed, but first of all, each proposal must target a different business use case. And if a submission, even application gets funded under Open Call 1, which is running right now, the same entity cannot resubmit another application in Open Call 1, which will start running in early 2026. Proposals must be solely in English and follow the provided proposal template. And of course, an additional requirement for all successful applicants, so that goes for the applications that are successful after the evaluation stage. We are going to share with all the successful applicants proof of an SME declaration file that you need to fill out and give us back. So that would work as a proof of SME status that must be provided before the contracting phase. Then the important dates. Again, Open Call 1 is running right now. The applications period has already started from late July, and it will close on the 24th of October. Then November and December will be the evaluation and selection stage. It is expected for the successful applicants to be notified until like early January. And the project execution in January, the contracting phase is going to be held, and the actual project execution and implementation will open in February and will close in July of 2026. And then, as I said, just for information, there will be a second round, so an open call 2, which will open in early 2026 in February. Here, there's another QR link where you can find all the application documents that you need to fill out in order for your application to be considered. And you can also find a frequently asked questions section where we have tried to include all questions and answers that someone could have while applying for this open call. And then I pass the floor to Nikos about all the business use cases and the topics.
Thank you, Christina. Okay, so I'm Nikos Dimitropoulos from ICCS. On HEDGE-IoT Project, I'm the pilot coordinator. So today we're going to discuss a bit about the topics and the business use cases in order to see them in more depth. Christina, I think the QA is open, right?
Sorry?
Q&A. Is the Q&A open? Is it?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
so in top of the link, there's a Q&A button. So if you have questions, just directly as I discuss about the topics or whatever Christina mentioned, and you have questions, just write them up and we'll have the sorting Q&A later. So in order to spare some time and have all them together. Okay, so can we go to the next slide? All right, in general, in the open call, the first one, we have 16 topics. 13 of these are stemming from our demo cases, and 3 are of general interest, or we can call them horizontal ones based on the activities that we have on the project. If we did the presentation before, you'll see more detail, but all right, we have gathered some information here so to guide you a bit more. Next slide, please. So the demos, we have 6 demos in 6 countries and their scope, we'll see it in detail later. So the idea for this open call is to have directly applicable cases and solutions and support from our demos and the demo partners in order to be able to support the HEDGE-IoT activities and be of use in our demo activities. Next slide, please. And I'm going a bit quickly to stay on time because we have split them per demo. So the first demo of HEDGE-IoT is in Finland, the next generation grid automation with IoT and edge cloud data to improve distribution grid resiliency. Supporting this demo, we have 3 topics, 3 business use cases, we can call them also. Enhance observability and resiliency of the grid, market integration for local flexibility services, and their distributed energy resource optimization tools and services. All of these are available in the official documents in more depth. So we have gathered here some information about the tools, the infrastructure, the data that can be provided to all applicants and support from the demo partners in order to if your proposal gets selected, how you'll be able to perform, deploy, and develop this solution. In general, as the title of the demo says, we can share current voltage data from the Finnish distribution network, the topology information, congestion management planning data, distributed energy resource measurements, and everything in between. Again, more details can be found in the official document to see in depth for each topic. And potential application can concern regarding dynamic line and cable ratings, anomaly detection on the distribution level and substations, post-fault analysis, how to enhance the integration of the renewable sources assets that could be storage, that could be PVs, that could be flexible assets more or less, and the DSO participation in the flexibility market for bidding activation. And another potential application is the scheduling and the operation of these distributed resources to improve local balancing, asset lifetimes, and their operational efficiency. Can we go to the next slide, please? On the second one, we also have three topics or business use cases. The scope of this demo within HEDGE-IoT is to leverage IoT and edge computing to foster local flexibility markets. And the three topics concern mostly on the residential side of things, to energy resource forecasting models in order to deploy edge-level solutions for enabling distributed optimization of these resources, the distributed resources, to perform energy disaggregation or non-intrusive load monitoring for device-level visibility, and to support the market side of things, the flexibility market side of things, AI-driven predictive flexibility pricing models in order to understand how it is possible to bid on flexibility markets under congestion scenarios, the DSO level ones, and market conditions. Regarding the tools and the data sets and the infrastructure that can be available, have some metering data from residential assets, grid local measurements, weather data, the edge level submetering devices, energy data, and their computational, let's say, efficiency, consumer behavior simulated data, market data from the Greek spot markets, and reference AI models for validation. That means current developments and what we're doing and how we can enhance them or even make them even better. Potential application would look for these three topics. It's edge level forecasting on device. Usually this means forecasting on demand and production models, identification of active devices within households with energy segregation on non-intrusive load monitoring, and optimal bidding algorithms for the day ahead and intraday markets as part of the flexibility scenarios we are running, the demand response also we can say. Next slide, please. The third one demo is the Italian one, is to digitalize energy communities and electric vehicle stations to enhance grid resilience, renewable energy sources hosting, and socialize local productions. This is the name of the demo to give you an idea, a glimpse of what we're doing. The topic or the business use case we're having is the distribution system operator perimeters for flexibility resources pre-qualification. There's a parenthesis in reverse there, okay. What we can offer is SCADA data, the grid topology, historical configuration changes, GIS data of the geospatial representation of grid assets on the DSO level, grid and customer level load and production measurements, official billings more or less, and measurements, and open data to support weather condition, event-based inputs locally for the Italian case. Potential applications we are looking for is the algorithms defining the DSO level algorithms for VPP, virtual power plants, dynamic line cable rating, anomaly detection, post-fault analysis, and DSO level grid configuration of future conditions of the grid. Next slide, please. The fourth one is the Dutch pilot we have in HEDGE-IoT. The aim of this demo, the pilot, is to enhance local grid flexibility, diverse end users by digitizing energy assets and incorporating certified interoperable grid monitoring control, all this big thing. So there are two specified topics or business use cases that we're looking to support this demo. The standardized IoT and data sharing protocols. It's to develop open APIs and middleware to enable seamless integration of smart grid assets for secure data exchange, and standardize again distributed energy resource integration solutions, meaning smart control and monitoring of heat pumps, PV batteries, vehicle to grid chargers, and building equipment. In general, in this demo and the consequent topics, we're looking for interoperability and standardized, let's say, solutions, and they are depicted here. What we're having is telemetry data from the campus, from the building that we are working on HEDGE-IoT, historical and real-time data of these assets. That means from the DSO level, the buildings, the flexible assets, as seen in the second topic, heat pumps, PVs, batteries, etc. We have semantic models and device metadata and the interoperability middleware, open source contextual data feeds, weather forecast, dynamic grid tariff signals, and security test environment, because we're also looking to comply with EU regulation based on this standardized asset that we are having. Again, the potential applications here, we're looking for standardized solutions. That means we could look for semantically adapted AI-driven anomaly detection on energy nodes, apologies, event-based real-time monitoring dashboard to support the DSO, digital twins of buildings energy system on the campus that we're having as a demo, and also knowledge engine based. This is a term, a reference in the official documents of the open calls. We also have the links for some of these things to be more aware of what we are saying here. So knowledge engine based technology that our partners developing, day ahead market and intraday forecasting and their scheduling, standardization of flexibility offers, and human in the loop interfaces. Next slide, please. The fifth one is a Portuguese demo for HEDGE-IoT. It's called the Living Lamp for Interoperable AI-based Energy Services. We have three topics here. The hardware utilization for edge computing and testing facilities for HEDGE-IoT models operational testing, the cross-border flexibility value chain and market integration, and federated learning algorithm validation in energy communities. And in general, we have a lot of things to offer here to support these three topics. IoT and edge devices and their high-resolution data, real-time and historical, covering residential industrial assets, categorization by flexible assets, PVs, heat pump storage, and everything in between. Market data, market-related data, flexibility needs, metering from the DSOs and baselines of flexibilities, bidding and market results, activation set points. We also have some platforms that can support this. Again, you may find more information in depth in the document that we have published in the QR code, the second one that Christina shared before. SARF-aligned semantic datasets and models. Again, we're looking a lot in interoperability and the standardization of energy services, models, data, everything in this project. And for the federated learning, we have the baseline, the data space connector for data exchange, if we're talking on federated level, computational orchestrator layers, and AI and machine learning tools for decentralized forecasting that we have developed, our partners in Portugal. Potential application is the IoT edge-based energy services. Energy service could mean a lot of things: forecast, optimizations, scheduling, but we're mostly looking on the edge level for edge offloading, orchestration, and AI portability. This is what we're looking for. Flexibility services, residential, industrial assets, in order to do aggregation, bidding, activation, and settlement for ancillary services. This is what we're looking mostly for, and the day-ahead market. And federated level energy services, short-term load and renewable energy sources forecast on the edge and be trained on a federated level. Next slide, please. And the final demo for HEDGE-IoT is a Slovenian one. The scope is to enhance local flexibility service for improved asset lifetime extension planning. One topic, really specific, that we're looking for to support the activities of this demo. It's load disaggregation at the substation level of the DSO. What we can offer is the active and reactive power measurements at the substation level, weather data, again, local weather data, and publicly available datasets of electricity consumptions and or generation by the type of the asset, of the distributed asset. What we want to achieve is how to identify these assets, the distributed energy assets, from aggregate demand measurements with no additional hardware to be deployed. That means that we would like one or two or service algorithms on the DSO substation level to identify these without external hardware, and as a condition to identify what is the minimum data required for the solution in order to be replicable. Next slide, please. This was all for the demo related topics or business use cases. As I said, we have 16. You saw the 13 before. Again, I'll mention more detail and depth for each topic and the infrastructure, the data, and what we're looking for on the publicly available information on our deliverable. However, we also have 3 horizontal ones supporting our activities, topics that you may be able to contribute. The first one is the integration of the data space connectors compliant with the new data space protocol, showcasing scalability and technology agnostic connectivity. You didn't hear it before due to technical reasons, but we are developing based on previous implementations I suppose many of you already seen it, the HEDGE-IoT data space connector. So what we want to do is to integrate of different ones other than the ones that the one that we're developing, and the one net and one more, and not existing solutions in any case, to implement it in our framework. What we want to achieve as a milestone, let's say, for this topic is a successful data sharing and exchange through the new connector among HEDGE-IoT users. The second one is the AI-enhanced data app discovery and recommendation engine. In HEDGE-IoT, we have the App Store where we will deploy our solutions in order to be replicable, to be transferable, and be utilized. So what we are looking for this topic, the second horizontal one, is an AI-based chatbox for apps discovery within the HEDGE-IoT App Store. Should be able to do metadata parsing and utility inference, and should be integratable with a HEDGE-IoT App Store interface that we are developing within the project. And the third one, it's mostly for the interoperability side of things, which is a major part of our project. And we call it actually Semantic Mapper as a Service, a cloud-native or edge deployable tool to map proprietary or heterogeneous data schemas to the HEDGE-IoT ontologies. That means that we are leveraging on existing work and advancing it. We are preparing ontologies to be able to allow data sharing in common formats. Sorry. And what we're looking for is to mapping JSON, XML, and CSV to the target ontologies. What we want to achieve is integration with ETS-RF, SARF for NR, and the newly framework, I don't know how it can be called, to be compliant with this ETSI and this weird thing there. The newly established, it's only a few months ongoing. So, all in all, these are the 16 topics, 13 tailored to to our demos, and 3 horizontal ones. I said it multiple times, but again, if you want more details, you can reference the document. And what I want to say is that all these topics were carefully made by all of the partners of HEDGE-IoT. There you will be supporting, if successful, our activities there, enhancing and advancing them in some cases based on the topic. But all of these are major parts of what we're doing in the project, what we aim to achieve, and they are right on the edge of innovation and how we want to advance and set out and achieve all of the targets of our project. You should be expecting, of course, support from the partners, because this was the idea behind of it. What as the open call topics, we want the local partners for its demo and the horizontal ones to be able to work with you, to be able to support you, guide you, because this is how it will work. You'll provide some solutions that either that came up during the project, new ideas, or something that is not feasible, or we're looking ways to be done somehow differently. So that will be all from my side, Christina. I also see Nikos have joined. We cover up from the technical issue there, Nico. Don't know if you can hear us. You want to say a few words?
Yes, hello. Sorry about that. I was sharing my screen, so I did not even realize that I was disconnected. So I continued the whole presentation. Okay, I don't know if you lost me since the beginning, or should I do the whole presentation again, or?
Right from the beginning, when you're saying the first or second slide.
Okay, so just give me a moment.
And again, I see some questions already. Use the Q&A button if you want to gather them all and be able to answer them directly in the end.
Okay, so I'm going to skip this part. Let's go straight to the objectives. I'll be fast, so not to lose more time. I don't know if you managed to see the consortium okay, so objectives. So the aim of HEDGE-IoT is to leverage IoT devices, IoT solutions at different levels of the energy system, aiming to add local and distributed intelligence to populate, to feed data to services and applications that run at the edge, fog, and cloud layers. Also to establish the edge cloud continuum through advanced computational orchestration solutions. We are designing artificial intelligence and machine learning tools for the edge, the fog, and the cloud to provide services that target increased flexibility, resilience, monitoring, and observability. We are enabling extended service and semantical ontological interoperability and interconnectivity among distributed open platforms, among legacy systems, proprietary systems, and new systems that we are developing within the project. We want to integrate with edge devices and to be able to seamlessly exchange data between devices, between actors, between systems in a structured and interoperable format. And thus creating, for this reason, we are creating a decentralized interoperability framework that is based on a data space that is compliant with the European data space principles. We are also aiming to demonstrate, validate the HEDGE-IoT solutions in six large-scale pilots that will take place in 6 European countries. The selection of the countries was done in a way to represent all parts of Europe, and the countries that we have feature different climatic, regulatory, and societal conditions. The piloting will be done in a way that will maximize mutual learning, knowledge exchange between pilots, and knowledge diffusion. At the core of our activities lies standardization. We know that especially in the IoT domain, there are many different standards, and at the moment we have a fragmented picture, let's say. So what we want to do is to leverage well-known and popular standards that are currently being used, but also to contribute back to standardization in gaps that we will be identifying throughout the project. So the goal is to create a set of commonly accepted standards. Finally, we aim to facilitate the market uptake of the proposed solutions. We want to strengthen their commercialization potential and to contribute to the digitalization of Energy Action Plan. Also, we aim to attract SMEs, innovators, startups to complement our framework by providing additional services through an open call campaign. This is the HEDGE-IoT framework. In short, in a nutshell, HEDGE-IoT is proposing this digital framework which aims to deploy IoT assets at different levels of the energy system, starting from behind the meter and reaching up to the DSO and TSO levels, aiming to add intelligence to the edge and cloud layers through advanced artificial intelligence and machine learning tools, and to bridge the cloud edge continuum through federated applications that are governed by advanced computational orchestration solutions. The project will upgrade the renewable hosting capacity of the energy systems. It will increase the resilience and the reliability of the grid, aiming towards the digitalization of the energy sector and advancements in IoT standardization. The framework consists of 4 different pillars. We have the technology facilitator, which includes all the technological enablers that have to do with edge cloud applications, with IoT devices, with cloud edge and swarm computing, and all the data transfer from the devices to the services, the execution of the services in a distributed manner, etc., etc. Then we have the interoperability pillar, which is responsible for the communication and the data exchanges between all actors, between all systems, leveraging a data space that we are proposing that is compliant, as I already mentioned, with the EDS principles. So the enablers here that are being created have to do with an open data space connector, a federated service catalog, and an app store. We are introducing semantic interoperability traits and data and trust and sovereignty. The standardization pillar includes all the relevant standards that we are going to focus on. Some examples here: SAREF, Common Information Model, standards related to IoT, and among others. As I said, the main goal is the increased integration of renewables, the grid resilience, the increased flexibility harnessing, and this is achieved through the digital ecosystem pillar, through the involvement of innovators and SMEs, a market uptake strategy, active user inclusiveness and engagement, and coordination with European IoT initiatives and relevant EU-funded projects. Finally, the pilots of the project, we have 6 large-scale demonstrations in Finland dealing with next-generation grid automation with IoT and edge cloud data to improve distribution grid resiliency. In the Netherlands, to enhance local grid flexibility to diverse end users by digitizing energy assets and incorporating SARFI's interoperable grid monitoring and control. Slovenia, enhance local flexibility services for improved asset lifetime extension planning. Italy, digitalize energy communities and EV stations to enhance grid resilience, RES hosting capacity, and socialize local production. In Portugal, a living lab for interoperable AI-based energy services. And finally, in Greece, leveraging IoT and edge computing to foster local flexibility markets. So that's all from my side for the project introduction. Apologies for the technical issue, and I think we can move on.
Thank you very much, Nikos. Yeah, these things happen. No worries. So now I think it's time to get to Vukasin about the actual platform that the applications are going to be at. Vuk, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. I'll share my screen. Okay, so now we will go through a dummy version of application process. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Perfect. Yeah. First of all, before actually applying to the Open Call, you need to go to the HEDGE-IoT website. There you have an Open Call section with all the necessary documents and information. So before you actually apply, you need to download all the documents. This includes a guide for applicants, proposal template, declaration of honor, and sub-grant agreement and annexes. Once you fill in all these documents, you need to save them as PDF and sign those documents that need to be signed. And then you can actually go to the application process. Before that, we have also developed a frequently asked questions section on this page on the website, where you can already see some of the questions that you consider asking us, and they are already answered there in this section. So now, once you have signed or saved all the documents as PDFs, we can go to the F6S platform. You can do that by simply clicking the Apply Here button. So it leads you directly to the F6S section. And now, first you need to create a page for your company. If you already have a profile, if your personal profile on the F6S platform. If you don't have a profile, you can simply create it using your email and your credentials. So now you need to create an organization. I will just use let's say attempt 4 name of my company. Now you can also invite people from your team that are already registered to the F6S platform, and you can select some of the titles that are offered here, but we can skip this step for the sake of saving some time. Now you need to add a short description. I will just write whatever this time for the sake of saving time. So where is this company located? Say Brussels, Belgium. What markets are you in? Let's say IoT. Then what stage are you at? And say that we have users. How much revenue? So this question is not mandatory, so you can skip it. Not doing in detail. I'll just type whatever, so we save time. Then what's different or interesting about your company? You need to write it briefly in 140 characters. Then are you registered or incorporated? You can skip this part since it's not mandatory. when did you start your company? Let's say February 2023. You can also add links to your social media channels, and you can upload company videos. So, for example, if you have a video of your product or a video of your team, and you can upload your deck. You can also state, and you need to state if you are raising money, yes or no. Then how much money have you raised? You can type 0 if you haven't raised anything. And then you need to include and state some investors or equity holders. And the rest of these questions is are not mandatory. You can just select how did you find out about how do customers use or interact with your product. So for now, I will select desktop. Now we can go up and see that all 7 mandatory steps are completed. I will hide this section, and now we actually go to update our team for this application. So since I already have a profile, some of the information already filled in. So I will just fill the other mandatory sections that are not filled in from my profile. As you can see, it is complete since we have only one mandatory field. So I can hide this section. And now we go to the actual application for the open call. So here we need to type the proposal full title. Let's say proposal 1. Then proposal acronym. Then you need to select the use case that you will use for this application. Then you need to provide some applicant information. So you need to add your legal entity name. You need to select the type of entity. Then you need to provide your participation identification code or PIC number, as we call it. If you don't have one, you can register by clicking on this link here. I will just type the number now for the sake of saving time. Country of registration. We stated Brussels above, so I will just country Belgium. Now the VAT number. I will just type it ever now, and then you need to provide contact person. So I will give the contact person since I'm the one doing this application. I will state my email here. Then is this a joint application? This means if there are if you have some SME partners that are also applying to this call with you. In this case, I select no. So in case you have some partners, if this is a joint application, you need to upload the team agreement and indicating the authorized representative in PDF by clicking on this button here. Now we go to the third section. We need to describe our team and our capacity. So first we need to briefly describe the entity and team relevant to the call. I will just type random letters now, just save some time. Now we need to list team members and their roles in the project and also list some relevant technical or market experience, and if you have maybe participated in some EU project, you need to also list them here. I'll just type whatever now for the sake of saving time. Then we go to the section 4. Here you need to provide information about your solution. So solution name, say solution 1, solution overview. I will just type whatever now. And then you need to describe the concept, meaning technical innovation methodology. I will just type whatever. And here we need to state the technology readiness level. I will click on non-applicable now to save some time. And then you need to state the expected results that you're going to achieve by the end of the project. I'll just type whatever. for the sake of the same time. And now you need to upload those documents that we mentioned in the beginning in PDF format. If you don't have the documents, they can be found here on this link, HEDGE-IoT.eu/open-call. I'll now choose the file. Okay. The first one is technical proposal and declaration of fund. Now you need to tick all these questions regarding the conflict of interest and declaration, then language compliance and truthfulness declaration. Now we go to the section 6, consent and agreement. First one is related to confirmation of eligibility and compliance. You need to confirm this one, then acceptance of terms and conditions, then GDPR and data processing consent, and accuracy of information declaration. And we are near the end, so you need to state how did you hear about HEDGE-IoT Open Call. Let's say HEDGE-IoT social media, and HEDGE-IoT F6S Platform as well. And now you need to state that you're interested in being contacted about future funding opportunities on HEDGE-IoT. This means, for example, if you're not selected for the Open Call 1, by selecting this option, yes, you agree that we can contact you about funding opportunities under our second Open Call. And that's it. I'll just go up to see if it will be everything that's necessary. Yes, I did. And that's it. You need to click on this button here. This means that your we have success here, and your application has been successfully submitted. You instantly, as soon as you submit it, you will receive a confirmation email. And now I will also show you the discussion section on the F6S platform regarding this Open Call. So it also, once you submit your application, it will automatically take you to the discuss section. And in this section, you can ask, and you need to ask all the questions related to the Open Call. So all questions need to be asked publicly in this section and need to be answered publicly in this section. This way will allow fair competition and equal opportunities for every applicant. So that's it. As you can see, we already have some questions asked here. Some of them are answered. Some of them will answer this week. And that's basically it when it comes to the platform. Now I think it's time for the Q&A session.
Thank you very much, Vuk. That was very helpful, I think, for everyone to see how to make their applications. I'm going to send on the chat here the exact link of the F6S platform section where you can pose questions in there besides the time of the webinar today. If something comes up in the meantime during your application process. So thank you to all of the speakers for their presentations. We'll now move on to the live Q&A session. So this is all yours opportunities to ask any questions that you might have for this Open Call 1. As mentioned at the beginning, you can type your questions in the Q&A panel. We'll be selecting and reading them out loud. For the ones that are not able to see the Q&A part on the upper menu, right there, you can click on more, so the 3 dots, and it's going to be the first, I think, in the list. So please go ahead and share your questions, and we'll do our best to provide clear and helpful answers to everything. In the meantime, I have seen some interesting questions posed already. For example, let me go through. For example, I see that for the one that asks what exactly is the HEDGE-IoT technology stack, Nikos, you have already answered there. I don't know if you want to say a few words.
Yes, a bit more. So we are now during the second year of the project, so things are advancing, both on the services, edge and cloud. We can call them analytic services more or less, but also on the middleware. We will be able to post open source code and material. This is a given. We're waiting for the green light that everything is approved in order to upload our deliverables also in our website. And the link I pasted there in the GitHub is a specification of the services. You'll find useful information. This is what we're doing within the project. Some of these services, you'll see the names are connected to the open call material. Like we we're saying, we'll be able to provide some algorithms, some federated models, some consumer behavior, something, all of this. This is what we're doing. Code is still not yet up. But again, once we figure out exactly the IPR management and what we can share and not, this is a pending issue and we are working on it, but we are in the first development phases, early development phase of the project. Keep an eye on this repository. We will be updating, and I suppose, actually, I'm estimating that when the time comes for the implementation and the selection, things will be available also as open code there, open source there, to support the applicants. Now, this is the software stack, we can say it. For the pilots, for the demos, for the infrastructure, on the public deliverable that we have with the open call topics, you can see what can be served from data or assets. We cannot make this publicly available from our side, from the project, complete list of what which demo is having. This is how it's being contractually signed with the Commission as part of the project. But the main component is this: the assets, the data, the infrastructure that will be able to support you in each demo is there on the document. Information about what we're doing and eventually open source code and supporting material will be uploaded on this repository. And as the time progresses, you'll see more information there.
Okay, thank you, Nikos. So I see another question that says, can we apply to several topics or should our proposals target several topics? So the idea is that each proposal should target a different business use case, first of all. And other than that, I think that merging two business use cases in one application, first of all, and that question goes to Nikos basically, I'm not sure if that's possible technically and if that would mix things up. But in any case, I think that this would mix up things in the evaluation stage as well. So that, I think that in order to be clear, let's keep one business use case per application. And another related question that I guess goes to the same thing says that can applications on two topics contain joint elements? Could this affect the evaluation of the application? So if you mean that you can make like two different applications on two different topics, if they could contain joint elements, would that be something, Nikos? Would that be something that Nikos Dimitropoulos, I mean, would that be something that would it be possible in a way of the topics are structured? Do you think that this could work?
Not really, depending on what do we mean by joint elements. If some information is not, let's say, one demo, or the horizontal ones have one demo have three topics, and the horizontal ones are three by themselves. And you want to utilize something from the other topic of the demo, then you can write it up on the proposal that we are considering on this. If they can make it available for one topic, they can also make it available for another. I don't think it'll be an issue on the technical side of things, nor for the evaluation, to be honest. Just make sure to know that priority will be, because the structure of the topics and business use cases are stemming from our demo partners. That prioritization will be on the solution that can be applied with only the things given. But yeah, again, if we mean this as joint elements, it will be much more difficult both on the technical side of things and on how we approach it. If you want to take something from a topic from demo 1 and to merge it with demo 5. more or less. Perhaps this could be also, if you are considering this this idea, this would be more, let's say, applicable on the horizontal ones where we discuss about interoperability. So if you want to create something or as a demo within these three horizontal topics that make sense and say we can connect something from them from business use case topic of demo 1 with the business use case topic of demo 5, could be potentially where you can apply. Other than that, if you're, I think this is Marta's question, if you are thinking of something different as joint elements, please write on the Q&A below so I can understand better and answer it in written, in text.
Okay, thank you. Nikos Bilidis, do you think that there's something, do you also want to say something about that, or are you just covered by what Nikos has said?
No, I think in order to be a bit clear and concise, let's say that we should avoid each application should be targeting one business use case. Otherwise, it would be difficult to evaluate it compared to other proposals. Also, it would be difficult to combine. Okay, as Nikos said, if both use cases are from within the same pilot, this could happen. But in general, I would say let's try to avoid this and let's try to have each application targeting one specific business use case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that would actually help the evaluation stage more in order to be in time, first of all, and not have any delays, and also to be easier to make it clear on what is successful and what is not. I also saw a question in the regular chat of this meeting, if the date of the establishment of the company is taken into account when assessing an application, and if newly established companies can submit applications. I don't think that we have such a constraint. I mean, especially for newly established companies. The only thing that you need to prove in any case, either you're a new company or an older one, would be that you're either an SME or a startup. So if there's a way for you to prove that you fall in one of those two categories, then you'll be fine. And also, I've seen a lot of people asking if if our presentations are going to be shared after this webinar. Vuk, I think that we can upload the presentations, especially the one with the open call, things like the deadlines, which is also which are also included in the guide for applicants anyway. But since there are also slides about the business use cases, maybe we can also upload this PowerPoint presentation to the open call section of the HEDGE-IoT website. Do you think it would be possible?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay, so we'll do that as soon as possible. I'm checking if there are any other questions that I have not seen. I don't think so. I'm gonna give it like 5 or 10 minutes more for anyone that has any other questions and that you want to post them in the Q&A section of this meeting. So we address as many questions and as many things as we can today. Okay, I think that I don't see any more. Let's wait like some minutes more, but I'm guessing that these are basically the questions that needed to be answered so far.
I see one more question.
Okay.
Yes. So basically, the question is it possible to submit two proposals for one company via F6S? So we just discussed it before this webinar. So basically, it is possible to submit two proposals, but multiple submissions are not possible from a single profile. Meaning the best approach would be for another colleague from the same organization to create a separate profile, fill in the same admin details for the organization, and select a different use case. However, once you create this new profile, you need to be careful that any person that is associated to the new profile is not listed in the first company, as this could lead to deletion of first application. We also received this question in the discuss section of the F6S platform, and we replied this there, so you can have it there in case you want to understand it a bit better.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Vuk. Yeah, it's a technical thing that we would not like to accept like people that want to make two applications. So that's the way to do it. And yeah, again, if something comes up, something like technical, or you're not able to create a second profile or whatever, you can use the discuss section of the platform to ask, and we'll be happy to answer. So I also see another one. How are the indicators used to measure the effectiveness of the tool specified in the applications checked? Let me. I'm not sure I understand the question very clearly. Marta, if you could like explain a bit. Okay, let's wait like 5 more minutes, and if anything else doesn't come up, we can wrap this up, I guess. And again, everything is you can find everything on the guide for applicants. You can find you can pose questions in the discuss section of the platform. So while we're waiting for any other questions to arise, I just wanted to say that just for your information at this point, it's quite early, but this is also something that you should know. First of all, we will have a second webinar on from 2 weeks from now, on the 8th of October. The exact time is going to be defined yet. It will be out very soon. But in any case, whoever is here today is you can feel free. You're welcome to join that webinar as well. And if you have any more questions, or if you just want to hear everything once again to make sure that you get everything right, we will upload this webinar as well on the F6S platform and on the project social media for everyone to register. One more thing that I saw is that someone asks, should the solutions developed within the project be published in the official HEDGE-IoT GitHub repository? This is very technical for me, so I'm not sure. And I think that Nikos Bilidis left. I don't know if Nikos Dimitropoulos knows something about it.
Just a sec, because I'm answering to the phone. Okay, I'm done posting.
Okay.
All right. I answered to Marta's.
Okay.
Let me check it and check the new one. So the facial the optimal, depending of what the implementation will be. In general, the idea should be that these solutions will be deployable to demos. Since this is an open call, that means that the SMEs and startups will not provide an closed commercially solution that cannot be uploaded. We should make a decision if this can be on the HEDGE-IoT GitHub, this repo that I shared before. But an idea will be, and I think this is the way to go, is that some sort of the solution, either even all the whole thing or a subset, could be uploaded on the App Store. So in the App Store of HEDGE-IoT, we will upload the services to be usable and reusable. So I don't have the answer now for the GitHub repo to share code. Specifications, okay, but we would expect, since this solution will be made for a demo, you are an external, if selected, an external partner for the project, so it makes sense that will be open. Long story short, HEDGE-IoT App Store, in order to be able to use it, and for the code, we should check the direct solution. We understand sometimes that there is IPR there, so we can see it case by case, but it's not a prerequisite.
Okay, thank you very much, Nikos, for providing this answer. I'm checking if we have anything new. No, I don't think so. So if anyone else has anything else, I see that like 5 minutes passed from the last call for questions, and we don't have any new ones. Also, besides the next webinar on the 8th of October, I should say that, as you saw in my slides, that there will be a second round for this open call, so an open call 2 that will start in February of 2026. So that's also going to be an opportunity for people that will not get funded in this round, open call 1, to address a different business use case if that's what they wish, and they can apply for there as well. But that's a discussion for a next step from when 2026 comes. Okay, I'm checking if something else came up. Otherwise, we can wrap this up, I think. No, nothing new. All right. I think we can wrap this webinar up. I think that it was a successful session for everyone. Again, you can, of course, use the discuss button on the right-hand side of the platform, of the F6S platform, sorry. And you can, of course, please do not hesitate to continue the discussion there. I think it's the best way to ensure your questions are addressed and that everyone has access to more information. I want to really thank you for attending today's webinar, and I wish everyone good luck with their applications, and hopefully we get great results out of that. And of course, I would like to thank all the speakers for their great presentations. I think it was a very good presentations that gave us an idea of what this open call is about. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you and good luck.
Bye-bye. Good luck to everyone.
Bye-bye.